Side, fast play in towards ramp, and Lackey's already falling back. Elian on a duel outside. Waro 2K on this lurk and gets nothing accomplished. Ramp is taken, but they're actually setting their sights on hell.
Well, right now it's Sosol to take down Elian, and with this already a lot of control having been gained by the T side, but not without players lost. Mad Lions are going to be hoping to quickly get some eyes into the A bomb side as well. If Sosol can isolate out a man, then you've got a lot more space with the CTs are going to be forced to rotate out. But Lackey, only man at the lower bomb site.
Yeah, and slowly making their way over, trying to make this a two-pronged assault. Sosol has a whole lot of work ahead of him. It's all about the timings here, about which angle Lackey's covering and whether Mad Lions decide to push. But they're simply waiting. They know that Entropiq are this man up, and they are a squad that do like to move for information. But they are stagnant. Like you said, this is still a very isolated player on the site, and they've crept past Lackey's vision. Sosol turned the wrong direction, though, so Lackey strikes. They know where he is, and reinforcements coming.
Oh, Lackey. Waiting for those reinforcements to come through. That's Nickelback will have to be the one taking the first point of contact. Nickelback wants some reinforcements of his own, though. That's Forrester to get the trade. Borb's down and Jail the fadeaway, while Krad's actually the one to take down Forrester. Not really doing his teammates any favors here. Jail's all alone. Spots out the shoulder, and he knows he's being baited in. He's got the perfect shot. That's beautiful. Realizes the second man's nearby as well. Krad won't have bullets, but as he's pulled his knife out, he's going to be able to go through. However, no kit on him, so bomb will still be going off regardless.
Oh, it's a good heads-up play there from Krad, but yeah, not going to be able to get away with the round due to a lack of the kit. Extra money is always nice, but would rather the round. Mad Lions, they scrap that one together. It does come by virtue of the fact that Jail's able to take those fights. And like you said, Krad finished off the job. He killed enemy team after they had recent successes, I think, at Flashpoint prior to that. But then players went their separate ways. You know, Acor gets picked up by Mouse. Forrest kills through smoke.
Door, verticality. That's basically through every single element imaginable without being flashed up. You know? Made some noise as he drops down, though. Mac 10 picked up, waiting for anyone to come right round. Forrest has got another damage dealt as well, and Nickelback's been able to use a distraction to get a quick punch on the side of JL. Now, an advantage for the CT side, and Mad Lions aren't too happy about it. Sosol down to 14 HP. Borb's going to have to be the one to do most of the heavy lifting. Oh, the door being closed is perfect timing. Borb catches him off, makes it 2, and now he's been tagged as well, but Elian's only got the scout and Sosol on his side. With the Mac 10 can shut him down. It got dangerous with Forrester finding those frags, but Mad Lions still have got the nerve to clutch it out.
Yeah, another round where Mad Lions don't really have the numbers to make this one work, and this is what Borb was finding. Yeah, and I think at the start of this roster, people were really impressed by what Sosol was offering on his rifling, and that was when, you know, I think maps like Train were still in the pool, where he could just be a completely dominant, especially on T sides, and works very independently. I think that was just by virtue of the fact that it was a new team at this time, but ever since, you know, all these players that were picked up were hybrids / AWPers in the past for Mad Lions. That's no longer a confusion. Everyone understands that Waro is the main AWP now, and he's been really impressive. Fast flicks, good positioning, everything really you'd want from a star AWPer, and everything to start off this round that you'd want here from Mad Lions. A clean opening duel. Oh god, and this is from Elian as well.
Great sign from Mad Lions as they've started off, but, you know, this is where you sort of want Elian to be able to take control of a couple of these difficult regions. Be able to be the incredibly aggressive AWPer we know he can be. Obviously, there's a lot of hype around him as well. Going into the major, he's one of the, you know, traditional CIS AWPers where, you know, before it was Dexter, you know, in the past, obviously, Waro 2K has been one of them. Great kill from Lackey through the smoke, but Elian's someone who's definitely going to be a big win condition for Entropiq moving forward. Lackey's just found another.
Yeah. Suddenly a position where they actually have this advantage, at least as far as HP bars are concerned. Problem is that Sosol has been unchecked, unaccounted for. And so Forrester is in for a world of hurt if things get too progressive here. Even with JL falling, this could very easily turn on its head. They need to get the bomb, though.
Oh, TMB's moved in, Nickelback's down, but Forrester trade is away, back to a one-on-one. Mad Lions have continually been able to put themselves into winning positions in clutch rounds, but now Sosol might not realize that Lackey is right behind him, despite Lackey having gotten a couple of kills early on. The problem is the time, 10 seconds, and there just isn't enough.
Oh,
he's dropped down. Will he have time to be able to get onto the bomb site? It seems like he might, barely making it there, but he might have delayed it too long. No, he'll have it right at the nick of it. Smoking off Decon as well. Now has to play out against Ramp, and he spotted him out! Mad Lions is, interestingly enough, they're not losing our players early on either. It's out Forrester, I say that, and they lose a player early, Michael. Yeah. That's just what I do. And Alien misses out on an opportunity over here. They generally more just losing them in these mid rounds when they're getting ready to, maybe take control of secret, maybe just actually take that initial engagement as well. Right before they sort of just come back and get all the trades in and get the bomb plant immediately. It feels like Entropiq might not necessarily always be feeling comfortable to try and exploit that the way Forrester just did, for example, where Mad Lions will be holding that default for quite a while.
Potential duel outside. Doesn't really fully clear, but still just in time. Secondary player is there to trade here for Mad Lions. Fortunate that he started to move towards that outside portion, but still this man down.
Woro's find himself so much space, but Crad, an important kill onto TMB. Woro will be able to get the response because Crad didn't quite clear it out. He thought that hut was open and shut. But still, 25 seconds, a 2-on-3. Mad Lions so far have been undefeated in these circumstances, but with this rotation coming in, Elian, I think that might have been a silent drop as well. But I don't know if it would have mattered anyway. Forrester's waiting for them to start peeking out. He's got himself an angle. They're diving into the vent. There goes the bomb as well. Second man yet to reveal, and Lackey's going to be the one to deny. This time they won't get the plant, and Borup will have to save.
Yeah, this time we have the numbers, and we have position on both bomb sites. So no shenanigans here for Mad Lions. They separated. They were hoping that that vent dive wasn't going to be covered and that there would be this flustered rotation in from Entropiq that never came. Finally a first round. Finally some saving grace and actually getting the better end of some of these fights that actually, they weren't favorable angles to take. But you could see Entropiq were moving for more information and actually pushing initiative at the start of these rounds. Forrester with the kill in towards Hut, and then we saw the reposition outside. All great signs here for Entropiq trying to adapt to this Mad Lions default.
Lots of utility being dropped for Ramp by Alien.
He'll need all the help he can get.
Yeah. I always find it funny whenever I see those nades being dropped anyway. All the point though, because Crad is waiting for them to start pushing through the smoke. He's got TMB, but it's too slow. TMB gets an opener before he's traded out. Seems criminal. And now, there goes the re-navigation back to Ramp. Lackey, an untimely reload. You can't be going for those. Audio cues gave it away, and Sosol was so much more confident in just pushing through for the entry. Great shot to the dome. And he's now going to start peeking out. Yeah.
And they double elevation, but Sosol, on the rear side of it, doesn't adjust in time, didn't even realize. Lackey's full blind as well on the site. Sure, reinforcements is coming, but they've smoked off. Lackey had to get two to keep things afloat, but Mad Lions will get themselves another plant.
It's a trade from Borup, which allows it as well, and Elian just isn't willing to commit to the bomb site earlier on to give Lackey that extra support because the smoke was never going to make it easy for them. Lackey having to turn between duels so rapidly like that, not going to be too good for them, and Crad now is on the hunt as well.
Players, but from what we've seen against some of these higher tier teams as well, they come in looking very prepared. Considering the youth of the roster, it's a big turnaround.
I'm looking forward to seeing where exactly they can even take it from there too. It's also one of those things where, obviously it's early to talk about this, and I don't think there's any reason to even talk about this, but there's also always, with teams this young and with so many inexperienced candidates, there's generally a roof that you'll hit, and then there's an obvious way to upgrade, which is always what's really exciting. So Mad Lions as a core could really go very far as well and be this new addition to the international CS scene. But Elian and Forrester found themselves two. Forrester can't double up, but Jail's still going to be traded. Elian's managed to get himself a couple of kills in a very difficult position, but Lackey's about to be stabbed in the back. Soso, again, just finding himself the perfect positioning. He's been so good about that, and Woro loses out the duel, so Soso's got a lot more to do. Molotov could be perfectly placed, but he can't quite get the lineup right. And as they switch up positions, it's Elian on the AWP that he's now contesting with. Oh, careful now.
Wants to throw the one way. I think there was another smoke in heaven as well, so he had the idea of maybe picking the secondary up, but he's just using it to reposition, making some noise and dropping, but they don't know.
I mean, it doesn't look like it. Elian is keeping an eye out, though, Michael. It'll be an easy shot for him to hit, and that's exactly what he gets done there. And then if Woro had found that duel, then Soso's play would have given them another advantageous position for a clutch. I mean, that's just a duel loss, and I have to commend Soso. He's looked so incredibly good this entire game, be it mid-round entrying or being able to lurk to a different part of the map and just find a backstab. This is a guy with a lot of agency, and you can tell he is using it perfectly.
Some great stuff here for both teams as well. I think one of the biggest issues for Entropiq as well is that when they got their hands on AWP, Elian had found low engagement rates. So put himself in a pretty committed position. And TMB, straight through the smoke, just as it bloomed. Krad's already fallen. Forrester still has control of the hunt. Woro's just looking the wrong direction. The timings are perfect for Entropiq.
Nickelback might be able to get the one that makes it all the more easier, though. And as he's backed off, faded away, sees Sorsol as well. Sorsol is distracted by that glimpse of a man he watched. I wish I knew more Nickelback songs to drop a great reference over here, but I don't know, like Seeing You across the room, but you vanish out, something like that. I'm sure there's a Nickelback song that says that.
Like crazy numbers this game, but has that sort of that flair about him as well on some of these more chaotic moments. I think that's one of the fundamental strengths that you'll have as a team that really didn't have as much experience, is that when it comes to crazy chaos, I mean, you're playing things like Rank S or FPL, you're probably in those scenarios fairly often.
Oh, Woro. That's right out, but Elian might be able to catch him. What? Elian misses that out. It looked like it should have been a sitter. Woro was not prepared for the angle at all, but Elian moving out of the shot. Now it's Forrester trying to get a response onto Borup's Glock. Maybe not the most... Oh my god, he got himself that kill, and Woro comes in with two!
Oh my god!
Is that an... did he not have head armor?
He didn't have head armor.
Oh... Sorry, buddy, but sometimes an AK isn't the only thing that can one-tap you.
Forrester spammed him for like 80-something damage, and he wasn't having any of it.
That is nuts.
Jesus. That's a bad round to lose. They did have a fair amount of actual guns around. You know, it's kind of crazy that there is only that set of... Also, again, finding this flanking towards heaven, where Entropiq just don't have that as a retake angle anymore to consider. Krad finally flushing him out of position, and a 2-on-2 where they can make this work. They have the kits.
It's a hard Legion duo, and it's a hard fight to win. Borup's positioning is impeccable. He found Krad, and now Forrester will have nothing to get other than a 1v1, which sure he'll find the kill on, but there's so much time given up that it feels like JL can do nothing but win this round. He's circling around, he's bought the time, and Forrester's kill is not going to matter. 9-3, Mad Lions once again, from a man-down situation, Michael, are just going to win out the round.
Yeah, it all comes crumbling time for it. Opening kills exchange. JL. Lackey didn't have too much. Elian's ult was really what they were fixated on.
Forrester basically just going out of his way to miss the shots through the shots. Hitting everywhere but where DMB himself was, and now he'll suffer because of it. Krad is trying to get aggressive in the meanwhile. Borg's got the bomb, so they know they need to secure Krad. Give him the kill and an A-kid to boot, but no HP to try and fight with it. Elian's rotation timing could actually give him the opportunity to win out this round, but it does feel like the bomb is still yet to commit to a bomb site. Borup will just wait, and Alien's bought into it. He's bidden. Oh, the smoke goes out as well, but Alien won't realize, is it in lower, is it in upper, what's going on with the bomb? And as soon as it's planted, he'll realize that he made the wrong decision.
Has to go up the vents, and
Yeah.
not outside this time. That will be taken up by Borup, but rotation's coming. Alien's AWP.
I mean, he might be
Oh
caught
my
off
God.
over here. Oh, Borup, perfect timing, and it's back to a 3-on-3. It feels like the disaster that is advantages for Entropiq will continue, but at least Nickelback can give them a bit more space, a bit more room. Sosol, though, oh no. Oh no.
Look at this flag.
I'm going to Google the lyrics after the words in the halftime break so I can continue this.
And Nickelback's watching it. Don't turn away. Don't look at ladder. Don't do anything else.
Oh, Sosol kept things under control. Mad Lions in a 3-on-2 with the kit are going to be plenty happy as Alien is trying to recover the bomb site, at least recover the man disadvantage that they have been put into.
Yeah, he's a full HP player. Here are the two remaining here for Entropiq. So had he fallen, it would have really discounted the rest of the round here from Lackey. So doubling up together and repositioning. Seems like Mad Lions are already that step ahead. They're navigated towards that lower site, but outside for now will be uncontested. You imagine Borup will clear this at some point. Just give it a cursory glance and could fall into a trap where two Entropiq players are around that corner. They're wrapping him.
Oh, Lackey should be able to catch this timing out of a hair. Borup, he's the one with the kit as well. He's gone, kit's dropped. It's recoverable, but Jail has to try now make sure that they can't just move through Mini onto the bomb site. Problem is, there's so many different angles for him to deal with. These two players are so isolated from each other, and JL has now spotted them out as they go down to the lower bomb site. 28 seconds, TMB is in the perfect position to interrupt there. Proceeds forwards. Wow, what a shot from him. Catching Lackey mid-air.
Whole lot of patience on display, but no patience can be emphasized here from Alien in the clutch. Smoke on the site, trying to find the isolated fight. He brings it to one-on-one. Smoke's a little deep, but can secure this plant.
5 seconds on the clock while he gets it down. JL
Read into how Crad approaches this one, trying to get his way into main, but there is 30 seconds left, and he just threatens the idea of running back lobby.
Oh, but this is still going to be a perfect play from JL. Damages up Crad as well. Crad goes back and says, you know what? I want a rifle too, actually. If we're playing, we're playing with the same toys, but we just can't lose. Yeah. It's just this shift in how aggressive you're going to be and how confident you are, because you just really don't lose the clutches. It doesn't matter if you're in a 1v2.
And it feels like Entropiq are having like misreads when it comes down to these late-round situations, because they are getting caught out a lot.
War 2K, his aggression in the previous round gave a lot, but right now it's going to give him a bullet to the head. He's used that space to advantage himself, and with Jail behind him, the trade won't matter. Nickelback's demise was guaranteed as well, but still a 3-on-3 Sosol. Pretty looking skin, but is he going to be able to spill the blood it needs to? JL's come through with a good amount of damage. Sosol comes in from the side, and he's finished off Alien as well. A lot of pressure being put onto this lower bomb site, but they will commit to the bomb plant.
They just have nowhere to go. They have to push forward into ramp, and timing could be great. Oh, JL's leg just spotted out, so Forrester's on the flank, and he has to be able to pull this off 1 versus 3. No trigger discipline being displayed, trying to pick them off one by one before they get on that bomb, because it's not planted for him. Forrester trying to close that gap, deal with the diffuser, but Sosol's sticking it, and he's being kept at bay by Borup. Not a chance here for Forrester. They don't give him those shots.
Fine.
Yeah, Borup was found the kill there on Lackey as well. They made that a really costly round for Entropiq's first here on this T side. And so the amount of utility that they had coming into that round, it's going to be a lighter buy in the follow-up. Dangerous precedent to set. Dangerous opportunity to give to Mad Lions, but they'll have to try and capitalize on that, on upgraded pistols and SMG. And then on the belt as well.
Well, I mean, if you get aggressive quickly on the T side, could end up being a lost cause for you very quickly as well. War 2K's made a lot of noise, and Forrester knows what's up. He's managed to avoid out things with the flashbang and whatnot as well, but only TMB given up. The M4 still very much in their hands. What a utility drop though. Waro Good trade, and it's going to be Sorsol who has to step up here. Sorsol doesn't get a kill, and barely any damage as well. Lackey and Alien still plenty healthy. And that 5-7, it has to get the frag. Lackey needs to be isolated out. He's got the HP disadvantage, but it won't matter.
Yeah, easiest argument for a save.
Crad is being very silent as he moves forward. Jail's going to be the first one to take contact. Crad's not ready for it. The call's been made. Borup needs to turn around. Jail only good for one, but Borup is actually blocked out. But he pushes through the smoke. Using the advantage, Jail takes the distraction, and Mad Lions will get the 16th. So 3-on-5, very doable for the T side. They need to get out these isolated ones early, but JL and Borup on the come up find themselves too. Lackey's confused between targets and now trying to use the smoke, but he's going to use it only to cover up his dead body. Mad Lions will comfortably get out the pistol.
Yeah, too many players to deal with. They never really found these swift entries. And with JL buying as much time as he did in towards that pit as well, things kind of fall flat. Great job overall there from Mad Lions to find themselves in these early advantages. You know, they pick off individual players, short, connector, and Entropiq weren't exactly too hot on the trot to chase down trades. See the snap force buy here from this T side, smoking a flash. Ellie does have that scout.
Where you're playing from, but it just seems so niche that I generally prefer just the M4A1 paired up with an AUG when you want those benefits.
Yeah, I think that's fair. The AUG's not that much more expensive, right?
Than the A4, obviously, yes. Right now, though, prioritizes utility, goes for the farmer. Sorsol's actually got the AWP, Michael. He is indeed in the nutty. But a grenade goes out. The second as well. Sorry, buddy. You're just dead. That's why you don't go out nude.
Yeah, and you can see Wara was considering staying to try and pick up that AWP, but if he did, he would have been tracked down by those connector players. And ensure that that AWP doesn't see the light of day. In fact, it's a free upgrade for Elian instead. Nickelback ferried it over to him.
Entropiq looking very convincing so far in the beginnings of this T side. Sure, they lost out the pistol round, but after that, continually finding success with early kills, with early damage. Mad Lions not really having the same ability to come together at the right moment, at the right time, try and force out some weird flank angle that they did on Nuke. Of course, that's a T sign, and the benefits it can't afford.
Re-aggression there from War, actually finding one in response. Smoke's fading on the divider, and TMB almost getting caught out of position, but 3 men on this A bomb site. Entropiq, they're still pushing.
Lackey comes around the corner. He's going to be able to find 2. Jail's demise means that it's all down to Waro, who's not got my HP to work with. He's trying to swing around the corner, but he's been discovered. Crad not going to be caught sleeping, and Borup will be caught trying to flank. Entropiq very diligent about clearing their angles, making sure that even if it has been cleared out initially, you know, Crad's not going to be caught off by that player. Borup's going to be watched out for as well. Great spacing.
Yeah, and a lot of it comes down to the fact that the initial setup for Mad Lions just immediately breaks down. Solso wanted to go for that deep mid peak, but took the low ground and ate the double nade as a result of that. Mentioned the fact that he didn't have armor. While you can be comfortable in some of these hybrid plays, when it comes to actually facing top-level teams, can be a difficulty. Solso, high ground this time, actually finds a dink on the D. JL as well has found his kill, but didn't turn from the flash. Could have capitalized on fully blind players, but he peeks far too late. Flash faded, and so it's a 1-for-1 exchange overall. A gun dropped, but now with that smoke, could be recovered.
If Entropiq are slow about this and Mad Lions can gamble all the way back towards A quickly, this could get very dangerous. But Mad Lions are instead committing towards what looks like a connector and exploration party and splitting up very significantly.
This is one of those
and this is an approach. It's an approach that might give them another gun potentially, but even there, it's going to be very difficult to actually try and squeeze out the round where, you know, we've seen a few of these moments where the Glock kill on the Forester comes to mind. We've had a couple of pistol round wins as well.
I like the idea here, though. That one rifle that's recovered over at B, now boosted up CT steps.
Makes it more recoverable as well, just in case it does end up falling. TMB, solid spot to be in. AWP is definitely not going to be clearing this one out early. TMB gets the first kill, backing off as well. He's got a Molotov that's ready to prevent the bomb from being planted if it comes down to it. But Borb's been given space to come around for the circle back, but he's done this so many times that Nickelback is aware of his positioning. Double up, though. It's Borup who gets the kill regardless. Elian has been caught out. He had the AWP and missed a single shot. That's all it takes. Borup has bought so much time. 5 seconds on the clock. TMB trying to spam through the smoke, and it's Woro who's found the space to push through. Krad's going to go down as well, and that's not quite after. TMB needs to be careful as he peeks out. He's managed to keep himself on a bit of a difficult angle to deal with for a while longer, but because they were able to double nade a man down earlier, I would be terrified to take that spot. I think it was Sosol who had adopted that position with an AWP and no armor. And then he had adopted his own deck.
Okay, some of that area denial, though. They have firm control of the connector, so that elastic play from Entropiq the round prior isn't a possibility.
A lot of space being gained out towards long, though, and this is where they have found some success before on Entropiq, but instead of maintaining position, they just leave Elian to defend from a re-aggression. Woro's found Krad, and that should be the call. TMB waiting for the push to come through. Great kill and a second. Almost found. Damage dealt, and that means it'll be harder for them to actually push out into Borup, especially without the Molotovs to flush him out of position. Sosol spotted out. Forrester aware of the flank potential.
Got the kills that they were looking for here on the side of Mad Lions. The fact that TMB is so pushed up over at long, while his teammates are fighting for this connector presence, something that Entropiq didn't realize until late, is something that really catches them off guard. They need to move, though. 20 seconds to actually break their way into a bomb site, and while there's utility thrown both directions, they have to just completely stampede onto B. That Molotov slowing them down.
JL's getting ready to take a quick peek out, but there's no time for them to actually get the plant down. JL's positioned perfectly, even spams them both, and now with barely any time, Forrester will get a kill, but he also gets the hell out of the server. Mad Lions, once again, Michael, despite losing out on that advantage that made it look like it's absolute, Sosol getting caught out by Forrester made you think, hey, maybe Entropiq's got a chance, but Mad Lion can play out the time perfectly, get one player into a key position, and just stop them in their tracks.
Yeah, and that goes to show as well the fact that they don't show pressure over on that B bomb site. There's late round utility left there for Mad Lions. Missed B smoke, though, from this CT squad. Supposed to land Deep Monster. It doesn't land, and Woro getting boosted up and missing his opening shot as well. So a couple flub lines here for Mad Lions in spite of their successes.
Oh, this T-Sign is just trying to full rush back down to B. JL's here to intercept. Good for one, but it's Borup who's really putting out the power lifting. Elian makes him run out of power and gets another as well. Now long range duels with the Tech 9 up to heaven. Never ideal, but with a second smoke he can try fake out as if he's got the bomb. Not picking it up, not an advantage, but Sosol will remind him that the bomb's the least of his concerns. A full lack of HP, probably a bit more important.
I've already used 2 timeouts here on the side of Entropiq, and a lot of these supposed fresh ideas might be a little rotten to the core. My Lions already that one map up, and they're having a pretty solid CT showing. You've seen JL shut down these B-side plays, time in, time out. Sosol again running these sort of lurky, more aggro plays as well. All these things that you kind of look forward to on this Mad Lions squad, and Woro is in a great position to find a bit of connector presence. Spam was being lined up, but slightly mistimed. No real prompts for that one. No flashes, no nothing. Just shot as soon as that smoke showed. It's actually Jail that gets punished over on the B side of things. Elian had the deep angle with the AWP, and Jail just fancied a glance.
Grad is really just left back as the defender of the rotate, but his job might be the most important one. Mad Lions getting ready to take him on. Guardian of the connector will get one, makes it 2. Gorgeous stuff. Waro just couldn't react in time to the man underneath him. Plenty of money on the Mad Lions squad, but that's a well that can run dry very quickly.
Well, Krad's got a free bomb site. His teammates are still in the short tunnel, and they're wondering where to go. The idea is that he'll flank towards this B site, try and clear things out from the heavens, and then they'll go for a quick collapse, but a flank's coming all the meanwhile via TMB as well. Alien heard him.
He's been heard. Alien should be able to make this one short work, but he misses. What? Alien's missed out the shot. Now suddenly TMB's got a chance to get a few more kills over here. Lucky gets the shot they desperately needed. Man, Alien is thanking his lucky stars that Valve made that entire fence basically a wall.
Yeah, these are some real dangerous rounds, though, from Entropiq. They're in a 4-on-2, and there's that much hesitation that they almost open themselves up to, like, this weird flanking opportunity. If they run in and trade, it feels like the success rate only goes up, but they wanted Krad to pull off the flank, get his lurk play going. Just dangerous. There's often a lot of hype about these offers, but I haven't really been too excited. Alien's gotten a few opening picks.
Alien's had a really solid time on the T side, I feel like, especially not just with the opening picks necessarily, but even just watching out for flanks and just being aware of, hey, this is where they might get aggressive information, catching off a couple of players. I've been very impressed by that. I think that's a very core part of being able to op on T side of overpass.
Very system order.
Yes, indeed. Krad, however, smacks TMB down, reminds him, you don't get to go get information. No, not on my watch. Forrest is already on the bomb site, trying to aggress onto it. Lackey moves past the smoke, and between him and Forrester, it feels like the CTs don't have much of a chance to keep a hold of this site. Waro probably want to back off right now, buddy. You don't have that much money anymore. Saving should probably be the best of opportunities, but with Waro getting a kill, you know he's going to be licking his lips at any possibility of more action.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to get punished for going for something like this.
Yeah.
Smoke ain't going to last much longer.
Like
also could alleviate the pressure.
I mean,
they spot him.
Forrester's not been noticed. Forrester sees a man sliding right down into his DM, slaps him out. It's a treatment that many of us have experienced.
Yeah, usually they don't reply, but he just straight up deleted it.
Yeah. Didn't even open the message.
Very rude. But you see the difference that having fast pacing into these executes can bring you. Entropiq never slowed down. They throw the full execute. We see Forrester there on the entry, and with the accompanying cast, they're just able to go for this quick collapse where Mad Lions are getting ready to sort of like pre-aim these angles outside of the monster tunnel, but they're right in their face before they even realize. So Entropiq playing with a faster pace versus what we've seen in some of these previous rounds where even if they have man-up situations, they play with a very cautious step. Mad Lions weren't able to put up much of a fight on that B-bomb site. Now it's a mustered buy for the last round. This half can present itself. Triple nade, no one there. They've been going for boosts and jump spots in that position, so rounds prior might have been successful.
I mean, the fact that Entropiq had the mental fortitude to be bringing it back to this point as well is just very impressive to me. I thought after the previous game they'd definitely be slightly checked out, but JL's checked Lackey out on the server. It's also spotted out the player. Knows that there should be more coming his way. Krad wins the duel. The Guardian of Connecticut can reclaim it as well. The arms of Waro. Waro goes for the first flick of smoke to cover his tracks. Needs to get another kill before he's backing off, but another missed shot means now he's got to commit force into them. But so many misses. Waro doesn't even really delay them. JL peeks out. Great flyby. Wants to get a bit more action in, but Nickelback shuts him down. Dodges the flank, and it's actually Borup who is back to a doable circumstance. Borup, the straight one-on-one. The bomb might be in the favor of Alien, but very little else is. Alien's been spotted. Hasn't gone back to get the bomb. Time working out in the favor of Borup. And when Elian chooses to commit, this becomes so much more difficult. 14 seconds. He knows where Borup is. At least he can get the bomb down. Oh!
Not going to be able to capitalize on it, though. Lucky down to 19, and no one peaked further for the boost. Mad Lions, they're going to have to commit to B. Only 20 seconds left.
19. This is where smoke would have been really nice to have. Great flashes. Forrester trying to adjust, but it's Nickelback to get a lurk. The smoke's not going to be here for long, so he can't really stay his ground. Although, if he can come in for the late backstab, that would be big. Doesn't find the first shot. Renavigating around, trying to buy some space with a flashbang as well. On his side is the CT pushing out, and Nickelback meets his death. He's not too happy about it, and Forrester's the one to trade. But Elian on the bomb side cannot keep them at bay. Forrester left in a 1-on-2.
Has to be the hero again. Forrester's been so consistent, and still 2 more to find. He's fast about this one, though, but no utility.
He's getting the spam through the fences, can't really connect. Now spots out the first. TMB repositions, backs off, and gets the hell out of there. Forrester doesn't realize there's another player behind him. It's Soso watching out for him to start pushing through. He's not expecting a second player not to be standing for where the bomb is planted. Soso only needs a swift tap to the back of the head. And man, Borup just buys so much time for the Mad Lions there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like much. You know, he gets that 1 kill, but he delays 2 players rotating into the site to support Elian, who's basically just alone and traded out as a result of that AWP, re-swinging into the aggression there from Mad Lions. So if Borup doesn't run that distractionary play, it's a bit weird and janky because he gets team flashed, I think, when he's going for that play. But the fact that he makes that fast adjustment basically just cements the round for Mad Lions. Weirdly enough, I don't think that triple nade, if there was a player there, would have actually been lethal. Don't think it made it all the way around the corner. It looked a little short. If there was a player boosted, maybe.
Oh, Lucky, so be careful. Chucks out that flashbang, but revealing his position. JL's oh, beautiful stuff from JL. Soso's got another as well. And the trade doesn't really matter all that much because they just can't really continue to aggress off the back of it. Warro's retreat has been discovered, courtesy of the Molotov, but Forrester, as always, is going to be the one to equalize. He's put up such a showing so far and now needs to do all the more. Back to a 3-on-3, but rotations won't be there in time, and they've lost the men on the B bomb side. Elian with the AWP just can't retake the smoke there to stop him from getting any freebies. Mad Lions, this should be their victory coming through. Mad Lions securing 16. Elian, desperate, spots out the shadow, registers it, but reveals his position, and TMB to shut him down. Much done. But on the flip side, you had Borup, who is doing such a good job, such as